Okay, what if I told you that everything you've ever been taught about good and evil was a lie? Today, we're diving deep into a cosmos that's built on a foundation that completely inverts our whole understanding of morality. Welcome to the gospel of the righteous sin.
And bam, right from the start, we're hit with this stunning paradox. Just forget everything you know about salvation and damnation. In the universe we're about to explore, sin isn't some path to ruin. It's the only path to true existence. So, how could a reality like this possibly even come to be?
To really understand this place, we have to go way back, all the way to the beginning, but not to some grand design. Oh no, we're going back to a grand mistake, a moment of cosmic clumsiness that somehow birthed everything.
At the very center of this bizarre creation story is a figure named Sackless. His name literally means fool, and, well, he kind of lives up to it. This is not your all-knowing, all-powerful deity. He's the blind artisan, a creator defined not by his perfection, but by his one fundamental error.
So this is the crucial point. This universe wasn't born from some epic rebellion or a moral fall from grace. It was an accident, a slip of the hand. Sackless looked into the primordial silence, saw his own reflection, and thought he was staring at the face of God. From that one single, profound misunderstanding, an entire reality was fashioned.
So if the whole creation was a mistake, what's its purpose? Well, this cosmos wasn't made to nurture souls or, guide them to enlightenment. It was built for a very different and much darker kind of entertainment.
This is just chilling. It perfectly captures the creator's intent. Sackless isn't a loving father figure. He's more like a detached artist, and all of reality is his canvas. The suffering, the struggle, the joy, it's all just raw material for his aesthetic pleasure. A terrifying concept, but in a really dark way, kind of beautiful.
And the fuel that runs this whole cosmic machine is something called agonizing joy. Just let that sink in for a second. It's this idea that real vitality, real life, comes from the friction between pain and ecstasy. It's the thrill of the struggle, right? The sheer intensity of feeling everything at once. That's what keeps the gears of this reality turning.
Now, Sackless, being a flawed and, frankly, easily bored creator, looked at the idea of perfection and just yawned. So he took the traditional cosmic structure and flipped it completely on its head. He created his own architecture of inversion.
Just look at this comparison. It says it all. On one side you have heaven, but it's not what you think. It's a gilded cage, a place of static, mindless adoration for a God who isn't even there. And on the other side, the living inferno of earth. But this isn't a place of punishment. It's the workshop of the deed, a land of rust and bone dust, where true, meaningful action can actually take place. But there's one other place, the true void. It's not a hell of fire and brimstone, it's a hell of absolute crushing silence. And it's the one thing that Sackless, the fool, is genuinely afraid of. Why? Because it's the absence of his creation. It's the silence that exists beyond his own cosmic laughter. It's the threat of utter meaninglessness.
Okay, so if you've got a universe designed as a playground of agonizing joy, what are the rules of the game? Well, Sackless appointed some governors to enforce his will, and their laws? They're the very foundation of this reality's moral code.
And this is the core inversion. The 7 deadly sins, they aren't temptations you're supposed to avoid. Here, they're commandments. The red judges don't punish you for sinning, they demand it. They're the 7 pillars of what this twisted universe calls holiness.
And here they are, the septet of righteous sin. Just listen to how they've been reframed. Sovereign pride, sacred avarice, divine wrath, holy envy, transcendent lust, celestial gluttony, and abyssal sloth. Every single one is twisted from a human failing into a divine principle, a pathway to power inside this playground.
And each of these mandates has a purpose. Pride isn't just arrogance, it's the will to become a force of nature in your own right. Avarice isn't greed, it's the sacred drive to accumulate power, to accumulate experience. And wrath, it's not just destructive anger, it's the sharpening force that prevents everything from stagnating. Each sin is a necessary engine for this universe of friction and struggle.
So we've seen the flawed creator, his inverted cosmos, and the holy laws that govern it all. The whole thing leads up to a final, defining decree from Socles himself, a gospel written not for the saint, but for the sinner.
This is the welcome message to his reality, and it's a command. Don't ask for forgiveness, don't try to be good. Your purpose here is to hone your sins, to make them sharper, stronger, more defined. That is your path to holiness.
And here we are, right back where we started, the final thesis. In this reality, traditional virtue, sainthood, makes you a non-entity, a ghost, just fading into the background. It is only by embracing what we would call sin, pride, envy, wrath, that you become real, that you become truly, agonizingly alive.
And so that leaves us with this final, really unsettling question. In a universe where all the rules are completely flipped, where sin is salvation, what on earth is the meaning of virtue? What is the purpose of being good in a world that only, and I mean only, rewards the sinner?